What's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. All right, so we got quite a few things that I want to talk to you guys about today, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So starting off, I did get a question yesterday about rental assistance for Georgia. Now, with that in mind, I am looking for rental assistance for other states as well, okay? But this is the information that I was able to find. It says the state of Georgia received $552 million from U.S. Treasury Federal Emergency Rental Assistance Program to provide relief to individuals, families, and landlords whose finances have been negatively impacted due to the pandemic. The funds will be issued to bring past due rent and utility payments current. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs, the DCA, will administer this program, which will open in March. So it should have already opened as of March 2021, this month. The money will be distributed directly to landlords, and eligible applicants will receive up to 12 months of payment relief. Individuals must qualify for unemployment or has experienced a financial hardship due to the pandemic, demonstrate a risk of experiencing homelessness or housing instability, and have household income at or below 80% of the area median income, okay? It says for the requirements for the tenant, you need your identification, state ID or a passport, income documents for every adult age 18 or older in the household, past due rent notices or utility bill providers and account number, copy of the lease, and attest to unemployment eligibility or documents showing a reduction in income, significant cost, or financial hardship due directly to or indirectly to the pandemic, okay? Now, for you landlords in Georgia, it says you will need also your identification, state ID or passport, proof of ownership or authorization agreement to act on behalf of an owner or management company, statement of delinquent rent, W-9, and bank information for ACH payment, okay? Now, I am going to leave the link to this website, or I'm going to leave the website to this in the description box below so that you guys can go directly to this website and apply. It has a link on here. It says I am a landlord or I'm a tenant. You can check on there, and then periodically it also has a already applied link for those of you who have already applied, or once you do send in your application, you can check the status of your application using the same link. Okay, so this is for Georgia. I'm definitely going to leave that in the description box below. Now, after that, we have new $600 rebate that's been given out in one state, New Mexico. So it says the state is issuing millions in rebates to give some New Mexicans a break during this time. The New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department are now issuing $600 rebates. The one-time tax rebate is for people who have an adjusted gross income of $31,200 or less, or married couples filing jointly making $39,000 or less. The first checks were mailed out on Tuesday. Now, Tuesday of this week. So today is the 26th, 25th, 24th. So the 23rd. Checks were already mailed out on the 23rd. So you guys might want to check your mailbox. Keep an eye out because you'll be receiving a one-time $600 rebate. Now, on that note, for California, I do know that they have also started to administer those $600 Golden State stimulus checks. So you might want to check your bank accounts if you have direct deposit information on file, and if you didn't use any type of tax advance from your tax provider, as well as the checks. So if you don't have direct deposit on file, then you will be receiving a check. So make sure you guys are checking your mailbox, because you may be receiving, for those who are in California and those who are in New Mexico, you could be receiving your $600 check as well as your $1,400 stimulus checks if you haven't received that already, okay? I'm trying to see if there is any more information. Says Taxation and Revenue Department employees have worked hard to get this much needed tax relief out to families as quickly as possible. This is an important step in helping New Mexico recover, said Taxation and Revenue Department Secretary Stephanie Chardon Clark in a news release. Some will get the money through direct deposit and depends on how you filed your 2020 tax return. This is a part of the legislation passed by the state legislature and signed by the governor. The department says more than 110,000 rebates worth more than $66 million have been issued so far. The department says those who haven't filed their 2020 tax return and believe they are eligible for the Working Families Tax Credit and the new income tax rebate should file their 2020 personal income tax return as soon as possible. The department urges tax filers to file electronically and to use direct deposit. They also say taxpayers who elect to receive a paper check should ensure that their returns have the correct address to prevent delays, okay? So, for those of you who have already filed, the department says taxpayers who have already filed their 2020 personal income tax returns without claiming the working family tax credit, but believe they qualify, can file out an amended return form online. Okay, for more information, they have a link here, so I'll leave that down below. So there's going to be a link so far for more information regarding the tax rebate for New Mexico, as well as the website for Georgia for rental assistance and utility assistance. Okay, now I did speak to you guys yesterday about what was going on with Social Security recipients and their stimulus payments. So we know that as of right now, there is about 30 million people that have yet to receive their stimulus checks due to the delay with the Social Security Administration releasing the payment files over to the IRS. So, good news on that. It says the Social Security Administration did actually send over the data that was needed to get those stimulus checks out and rolling yesterday, Thursday. This came, of course, after the Ways and Means Committee did step in and demand that they hurry up and process whatever they needed to process and get that information over to the IRS. It says the delay was a result of the SSA being unable to immediately transfer data to the IRS upon the law's enactment on those beneficiaries who don't have to file tax returns because their incomes fall below the minimum threshold. A spokesperson for the SSA told The Hill on Wednesday evening that the agency didn't have the authorization to send the beneficiary files before the pandemic relief law was enacted. Okay, despite the preliminary discussions with the IRS. The SSA had to first establish a reimbursable agreement with the IRS to fund the work providing the files and then had to test the new systems. But the agency had expected to deliver the final files to the IRS by Thursday. Senior Democrats on the House and Ways Means Committee had demanded Wednesday that the SSA deliver the beneficiary information to the IRS within 24 hours, and they did. Says a lawmaker said Thursday that they were informed by the SSA that it had transmitted the files to the IRS as of 8:48 a.m. yesterday. We are gratified that the SSA leadership finally recognized the urgency of the moment and acted swiftly on our ultimatum. Okay. I think that's good news. I definitely think that that's some progress. They still haven't been able to give us a time frame as to when you guys will actually receive your checks. I suspect that since they've gotten their information, hopefully the IRS can work on this, possibly get some direct deposits out today. Again, there's no information that suggests that that's going to happen. This is just me saying, hopefully, that because they have their information, that maybe they can get this information, the payments out to you guys just as quickly as they transmitted the information over to the IRS. So hopefully you guys can get some direct deposits today if you haven't already. If not, then I'm assuming that we could expect to see some more updates over the weekend, or at the very least and the minimum by early next week. So hopefully by Monday you guys are receiving some, either your direct payments or some information regarding your checks being mailed out. Okay. Now, mortgage relief and forbearance. I had quite a few of you guys who were asking about mortgage relief and forbearance. For those of you who are asking, what would you do if your, I think it was your forbearance was about to extend, what are your next steps? So I have some information about that. I found 2 different articles giving me some information. Okay. So if you're struggling and with your mortgage and you don't think that you qualify for pandemic related payment relief, you do. Here are some steps that you can take to get back on track. First, pin down who owns your mortgage. So they're suggesting that you call your mortgage servicer, the payment that you make your monthly payments to, and ask who holds the loan. You can also use tools provided by Fannie Mae, okay, to determine whether one of these federally chartered mortgage giants owns your loan. If your mortgage is backed by the federal government or by Fannie or Freddie, you may qualify for up to 18 months of total forbearance, and you're protected from foreclosure until June 30th of 2021. Okay. If your loan isn't in this category, that doesn't mean that there isn't relief available for you. excuse me. Some servicers are trying to offer owners with privately held loans the same options available to federally backed borrowers. Contact your servicer and ask about temporary payment reductions or suspensions and other relief options. If you're not sure who services your loan, search the Mortgage Electronic Registration System site. Again, that's the Mortgage Electronic Registration Systems site. A housing counselor approved by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development can help find solutions for borrowers who aren't getting the answers they need from servicers and determine whether any state-level orders or other guidance provide additional protection. Okay? Now, separate from that, there was, if you're already stay in touch, you may be able to extend your... Okay, so then there was another article that came out right afterwards that did give some extra information outside of that. Okay, so from this particular source, it says millions of U.S. homeowners facing financial hardship related to the pandemic have sought mortgage payment relief or forbearance, allowing them to temporarily pause or reduce their monthly mortgage payments. According to the mortgage data from firm Black Knight, as of March 2021, approximately 2.6 million U.S. homeowners remain in an active forbearance plan. It's important that they know the options for what's going to happen next or what they need to do next. Early in the pandemic, Fannie Mae, a leading provider of home loan and rental housing financing in the U.S., launched an online portal known as, here's the portal, knowYourOptions.com. So I'm going to try to remember to put that in the description box, but knowYourOptions.com. knowYouroptions.com, with interactive resources to help homeowners and renters, including clear explanations of mortgage forbearance, when it may be an option, and steps to get started. For those who are still feeling the impact of the pandemic, okay, we encourage you again, homeowners and renters facing financial hardship, to visit knowYourOptions.com to learn about what options that may be available to you, okay? Contact your mortgage servicer or your landlord to make a plan. Okay, now here it is. Steps for extending or exiting mortgage forbearance. Let's see, where is it? It says most homeowners who opted for the forbearance will reach the end of their 12-month plan this spring. Those who are still facing financial hardship may be eligible to extend for up to 6 additional months. Homeowners interested in seeking an extension should contact their mortgage servicer, again, the company that you send your monthly payment to. Those homeowners who are ready to begin making their monthly mortgage payments again have access to a number of options, such as a new interactive virtual assistant, which I just gave you, knowYourOptions.com, okay? It says servicers will also contact homeowners approximately 30 days before their forbearance plan is scheduled to end to discuss extension and exit options. So if you have not already contacted your mortgage holder, then they should be contacting you about 1 month before your forbearance is scheduled to end about how you can either extend your forbearance or how you can exit out of that and begin making your monthly payments again. But I do encourage you guys to get online and check out knowYourOptions.com, because there may be some additional guidance for you as to how you can further extend or exit your current forbearance plans. Okay, so that was all the information that I was able to find regarding that. Now, word on the street, I don't want to say word on the street, but there is actually some movement going on about a $2,000 a month possible stimulus bill. I can't pronounce this person's name, but it says the Representative Rashida Tlaib, which is a Democratic representative of Michigan, a member of the Progressive Squad, is pushing a bill that would give everyone in the United States, including undocumented immigrants, $2,000 a month during the pandemic crisis, followed by $1,000 a month until a year after the pandemic ends. This is pretty interesting. It says this was reintroduced, the Automatic Boost of the Communities Act, in the House of Representatives on Tuesday this week. The bill would be funded directly from the Treasury with no additional debt issues by minting 2 $1 trillion coins and additional coins as necessary. Okay, so the biggest thing from what I understand the Republicans have been talking a lot about the debt, and even some of the more I want to say conservative Democrats have been talking about the amount of debt that the United States has acquired or will continue to acquire if they keep giving out this money to the American people. So what this person is basically saying is, if we go on and if we mint these $1 trillion coins and basically sell those coins, I don't know, but whatever it is that they're planning to do with these coins, they're saying that this is an option so that way we don't add any more unnecessary debt onto what we already have. I mean, I know you guys are going to say, hey, we're still waiting on our third stimulus. But you know what? To be perfectly honest, I believe that there were other countries that were already giving their citizens monthly stimulus. I think the United States is probably the only country that decided not to, that had so much back and forth, rift and tiff, and arguments and negativity surrounding this idea. But I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. The only problem I have with this is that they've implemented so many programs. I think that just like they took the time out, the House Ways and Means Committee took the time out to issue an ultimatum to the Social Security Administration about getting those files and documents over to the IRS so that they can start distributing those payments to the people who have been left out. I think that they should be doing the same thing for all these other agencies. They need to be contacting the United States Department of Agriculture and see what's going on with the pandemic EBT, because not every state has received pandemic EBT. There are states that have submitted their plans, but the United States Department of Agriculture seems to be moving slowly about approving those plans so that those funds can be distributed. You know what I mean? I'm in a state that hasn't received pandemic EBT. On top of that, there's quite a few other things. There's rental assistance. I believe that there's about $40 million or $1 billion that went from the pandemic relief package that was signed when President Trump was in office. And then there was an additional I think there was 20 million from the package from President Trump, and then there was about 25 million or billion from the package that was signed by President Biden. So we've got about 45 million, billion, I don't know which one it is, but it's a lot of money out there that are supposed to be distributed for rental assistance programs, but a lot of these states are slow to implement these programs and get it out. On top of that, we have the California EDD, who stays in the news, who constantly keeps going through crashes. The system keeps going down. I just got on the website myself to find that the website will actually be down for scheduled maintenance as of today, the 26th. I believe it said from 8 p.m. today to probably 8 a.m. tomorrow. But anyways, the point is that we have all of these different government agencies that are supposed to be working hard to implement and disperse these benefits or these funds that have already been allocated by the Treasury, by the IRS, or whoever. We'll just say the Biden administration. However, they're having problems with the infrastructure of these programs. So even though I do think that it's a wonderful idea, I think that it's great. And if they can actually get that plan working, I do definitely think that the economy stands to benefit from it, as well as the American people. However, I just want them to stay on track and realize that you have so much money out there already that needs to be distributed, that is not being distributed because your programs are failing. Okay, you guys are failing. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that information was in some way helpful or useful. Just know that I do check the comment section. I will try to leave the links and all of this down in the description box below. So don't worry. You'll be able to get to this information in the description box. On that note, you guys, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate. Definitely, I love you. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Keep smashing that like button, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace.